Welcome, beautiful Aquarius people. Thank you for tuning in. My apologies that I'm this late with your reading, but I figured there's still a lot of August left, and also I'm sending some messages that want to come true that you will be able to apply beyond this month. So, this is one of those readings. I'm just sensing it. I don't know. Maybe it's because your full moon just, hit us like a ton of bricks. No, but I am definitely, yeah, I'm sensing, a shift in the collective, and it's not necessarily like negative, but it is definitely one of like, are you ready to step into the unknown? Are you ready to let go of what you know? And that might feel a little bit uncomfortable, and that's something I also want to talk about with you guys, because a lot of times you guys take steps, you take the first steps. It's like you sense something's coming, then you kind of take a sneak peek, and then you try to sort of stay in the moment and like not look at it, but you kind of already know it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. And then sometimes like a year or two later, or sometimes next week, it's like, I knew this was coming. Why did I not jump on that? Why did I not listen to that intuition, like that intuitive hit? So yeah, a lot of that. Okay, a lot of that. But all right, so first of all, like I said, we just had your full moon. So for my Aquarius rising people, it is in your first house, but overall, it's your first house energy being activated, because the sun is in your seventh. That means that you are looking, or you are being confronted with changes, and maybe some realizations about the connections with other people, but also definitely that bond with yourself, who you are, who you would love to be, who you thought you would be, and maybe who you can become, and all of that, like all of those questions and things might arise. And I'm sensing that it comes to experience at this time. So you bump into somebody you haven't seen for a long time, and all of a sudden like you reconnect with an old part of yourself, and that might actually play out in the week. And then you look at something with work, or with whatever you're doing with your other relationships, and you're like, whoa, like I just can't shake this feeling. I now look through this lens that someone activated within me at kind of everything in my life. And I don't know how to stop it, because I would love to stop it, because it feels way better if I can take this filter or these glasses off and not really see through all the bullshit, okay? But I know that I can't. And so I'm going to take a couple days, and to ground in this energy, and to sort of come into alignment with it. And then I'm ready to put in the work, I'm ready to make those changes, I'm ready to take a leap of faith. But that's the thing, I'm sensing that certain realizations come. This could even be like by reading a book, watching a certain movie or a documentary, and just something hits, something clicks. It's just ever since you read that, or you watched it, or you heard about it, or you spoke to that person, or you saw something happening in the streets or on Instagram or whatever, ever since you're like, I just can't shake this. Now I look at multiple things with this feeling, or from this realization, or with this truth glasses on, and I kind of want to stop it, but at the same time I know I shouldn't. And so let me just be uncomfortable, with being in this unknown energy, in this unknown area that I knew was coming, but now it's here. I kind of, resisting it, like resisting this change. But there's this energy of like, it's the best thing, it will take you places that are meant to go, or you would love to be. But then you have to get through, that tunnel first. And I'm just sensing like that resistance. It's just very natural, so it's your fixed energy, but you will get through that, definitely. And on the other side, like it just everything just flows better. It's more in alignment. You're glad you shake off those feelings, or you shake off a way of viewing things, or a way of self-sacrificing in situations. And I already knew that I was gonna channel, and for people who love for me to just pick up the cards, but the cards are gonna say the exact same thing. But it's like, I've been sensing this for you guys. Like, I've really been sensing this for Aquarius. It's like the the realization of I need to stop feeling guilty about providing my own needs. You know, it's like, I know this makes me feel better, or I know I should do this. I know I should say no and instead work on this project, or instead invest in it in myself, instead do this, instead do that. But then there's this inner voice, or this feeling of like, yeah, but I need to be there for these people, or I want to be, but I know I shouldn't. It's like, no, I should, but I don't want to. It's like going back and forth on a lot, and like you even question on like, I used to really enjoy this, why now am I just all of a sudden feeling this way, like about it, like I don't understand myself anymore, like what do I want, you know, what is wrong with me? And nothing is wrong with you. You know, you're just coming into new waters where you understand that your individuality and your role that you play in this universe, you have a certain need to be in that position, you know, to be the best version of yourself, be the most Aquarian sense of self. And with that, you just can't do like you did before. It just doesn't flow. And that is hard, because maybe that's where you get your validation from. You know, when I'm there for these people and they, you know, put smiles on their face and I help them out and it's all good and they're happy with me and I'm happy with the situation and it makes me feel good. I'm just that type of person. I love being around people. I love helping out, or, you know, makes me feel good to put a smile on their face and like all of that. Yes, but there's more important work to do, and you know this. And for that work to, you know, be successfully completed and to do it and to step into that space, you need to really look at your own needs, not necessarily your wants, you know, because sometimes what we need is not necessarily the first thing we would want to do. And that sometimes that want is that the reason why we don't want to do that's because we don't want to disappoint people, we don't want to look like this, or we don't want people to say that about us, or, you know, I totally understand. That's also where the inner guilt tripping comes from sometimes. And I'm talking about this inner guilt tripping because you can really get lost in that space. It's like you almost force yourself to be something in order to not have that guilt tripping voice, you know, talk to you or put you in that guilt tripping position. So you are kind of sort of compromising and try to sort of coexist and, you know, color between the lines when you're not supposed to color between the lines. If you are, you know, really in alignment with your true nature, you are the way you are because you were meant to be the way you are, or, you know, what you're supposed to become. So that is by just taking those days of like, okay, I'm now looking at this different. I feel differently about this. I don't need to do necessarily anything with it just yet. I don't need to take any action. I just need to get comfortable with feeling different, with understanding that this now is forming into my new reality, and this is, you know, I need to take action upon these feelings and these emotions, so I can like find that calmness within me, and I can feel that even if I say no or I say yes, I'm still a good friend, or still am a good partner, or still am this, or still am that. And getting comfortable with that has nothing to do with other people. Whether they give you that yes, of course, don't worry about it, or whether they are like, you know, flipping on you, or whether they are totally like, you know, encouraging you or whatever. It has literally nothing to do with that, because it's your inner validation. It's that inner voice that you are, you know, having this changing and actually building a different type of, and establishing a different type of bond with that inner world of yours. And when you are getting in alignment more and more with that sense of self, you're stepping into your power, and boom, things that you can make from that, create from that space, Aquarius, it's limitless. Okay, you are the visionary, and there are certain shackles and certain things that hold you down on this ground, but you are capable of looking way beyond. Okay, so I wrote a couple things down for you guys because I was just channeling. They're saying, like, stop feeling guilty about saying no to others. Stop feeling guilty about doing the things that I need to feel happy and healthy. Stop feeling guilty about having boundaries in allowing others to take from me. And I don't need a reason to feel the sense of freedom, because you need that sense of freedom. You don't need to fill up every area of your life in order to be seen as productive by either your inner world or by either your outer world. Okay, it's like, understand that everything has its purpose and has its value. And even when you do the little things, they matter. Okay, they matter. It matters. So it's in the smaller details, in the smaller offerings at this time. Okay, Aquarius? Wow, I've been talking for 10 minutes. Damn. Let's begin this reading. Look at that. Oh yes, the King of Swords. It's okay. You can be here a little bit. You know, if you need to clean out your closets, sometimes you need like a really good song to do it. You know, like an Eminem, cleaning out my closets. No, I'm just saying, like, it's 11:11 on the clock while I looked. And with the King of Swords, it's like, all right. It's nice to feel these feels. It's nice to have a person that you might, have an eye on, or maybe you have been in a relationship for a long time, or maybe in a situationship, or it's nice to have a partner in crime. Okay, but what's the crime? What I'm sensing is that to filter out, yeah, that's what they're saying. These butterflies can judge your, can cloud your judgment. And what they're showing me is that clearing out the mist, clearing out the cloudiness, the cloudiness? Yes, the cloudiness. And just like, okay, I know I have these feelings, but I can still see straight. I can still like do the things I need to do. Okay, it's like practically. All right. They are going somewhere with this reading. Yeah. It's like, it's... One sec. I am sensing that you do have someone in your energy. You do have someone around you that you can just sense. They sense you. It's like they always just send you a message right at the right moment. Like whether it's like a stranger or something, like something just appears. Like when you have like a really bad date and all of a sudden someone sends you like a meme, and like, hey, I haven't talked to this person for like 6 months, but like, here you go. Like, they just sense it. I'm sensing you have a person in your energy that senses you, Aquarius. So if that is not an alignment for you right now, that's something that's going to come. You've got to be sort of open for it. So when you get comfortable, you don't have to do this with the outside world just yet, okay? Like I said, it's more of like an inner world workings. When you get comfortable with your own vulnerability, being vulnerable with your own emotion, being really vulnerable with what you truly are feeling, like I said, like those days to like sort of sit with the feeling and, take it in. I'm sensing that when you get into that space, like I'm getting comfortable with like, having these real to real conversations with me without instantly needing to fix it. And if I don't have a solution for it, then I'm not willing to feel these feelings. So I'm just going to put them back in the bag. And I was like, no, I'm allowing things to just show itself, because from that space, I can actually build something. From that space, I can actually heal and put in the things into motion, that I need in order to like heal this. And I'm thinking, when you start stepping into that space, you are getting people around you sense you. They start to pick up on that vulnerability. Not in like, oh, here come the narcissist and they sense your vulnerability and now they're going to, eat you alive. No, I mean, they just pick up on it. And it's like, hey, how have you been doing? Are you feeling okay? It's like, they pick up on it. And I'm sensing it's water sign energy. They might have like a, water sign in their big tree signs, basically. but I'm sensing like it's a very grounded energy that I'm sensing that's coming towards you. It's being offered to you because you're getting comfortable with being uncomfortable in the unknown and these feelings and stuff, and then someone is sort of reaching out. It's like, hey, nice for you to enter the space. I've been here before and I'm sensing it right in you, so let me here just offer you a little bit of comfort. It's just comfort. It's like someone offers you, like, hey, you want to come over and eat? Or, you know, hey, should I come by watch a movie with you? Or you want to go to the beach? Like, you know, I have my car fixed, so you know, I can like pick you up. It's like, it's just being comfort is being offered to you while you are going and transforming into the space. And then don't jump back right into, no, I need to do this by myself and I don't want to, you know, over talk or overshare or it's like that, right? I understand. It's like, no, when comfort by the universe is offered to you, like, you know, take some comfort. That's okay. It's not like an instant fix to like not feel the feels anymore, but it might be an afternoon of, you know, just keeping your mind on something else and offer you just a moment of comfort. Okay? Because it just feels like a warm hug, and then you can just, you know, when you fall off your bike, for example, when you, maybe when you were a kid, you fall off your bike and like, you know, your mom comes or your dad comes or whatever, you know, is your guardian, and at that moment comes to you and just gives you this hug. It's like, it's okay, you can get back on it, but it's okay that you're hurting right now. I understand you did fall pretty hard, but you're okay. You're not bleeding, so let's just try again. It's just that moment, and you are getting back on that bike. You are doing it again, but sometimes it's just a sense of comfort that is being offered. So, yeah, be open for that. You have the High Priestess with the Page of Swords. Yeah, it's very spiritual energy. So that's what I'm sensing. Like this is that energy I was just talking about with the High Priestess and the Page of Swords. It's like you have that conversation, you meet this person, you read that book, you see that, and all of a sudden it's like, oh my gosh, here's that sword of truth. It's there, you know, I can still see with the vision of but I know this is a whole filter that is slowly but surely taking over, and now I need to really literally look at every area of my life through these new, with these new glasses that I just got, because I can't take them off. They're there. They're here to stay until I clear out this space and this cloudiness. Okay, so cleaning out the clutter. Okay, things are no longer serving you, get rid of them. And then it's so easy to say, you know, look at that closet, maybe it's a little bit overpacked, overfull with things you maybe really don't need anymore. And if you maybe need them in the future, you will have probably the financial funds in order to get it again, you know, or to give it to someone else, put a smile on someone else's face. Don't overthink the situation of letting go. Okay, Ace of Cups, bum, told you, because everything is starting to overflow. This is not a phase where you're like, oh, now you're entering the passage and, you know, you have to stay in this space forever. And it's like, no, this is just helping you really have those breakthroughs. And yes, they sometimes might feel like a breakdown, but it's a breakthrough, because in this land that you will live in, you know, yes, you were capable of growing some things, and maybe, but it was so limited. And if there's something so killing to the to the Aquarian soul, it's limitations, it's boundaries. It's like, yes, you can look at the glass ceiling and you can see the sky, but you can never reach above the glass, because the glass will shatter. So just enjoy it from a distance. Like always, everything is just in another person's page. Like, for example, when you are scrolling on social media or whatever, and you see all the people around you, they're on vacations, going out, they're living their life. It's like you are so close, but you can only look at it, you know. And you are definitely going through this, and it's a phase where you like look at your own flaws, you know. Not to like burn yourself down for it. It's like, no, embrace those flaws, because those are your biggest teachers, and also will definitely help you heal, help you grow. It's like, it's good by embracing your own flaws. They don't become this this centered peace anymore. And that's what I'm sensing for you guys. You are going on this journey of self-discovery, overcoming these judgment, self-judgment, or just unable to really see the flaws for what they are, you know, and to embrace them and to see them as, this makes me unique. We all are getting something. Don't let the outside world talk you into that being something that, you know, the reason why you are not having what you know, want to achieve. Four of Pentacles. Everything is fine. Once again, I'm going to tell you that an end comes. An ending comes. Yep. Can't play that game no more, Aquarius. Can't tell yourself everything's fine. I'm fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I got this. No, it's okay. It's okay. I cooked dinner and everything. You now tell me you can't come because your neighbor actually lost her key. And no, I totally understand. Don't worry about it. It's not like that. You know, I went up and down this city to get like this special, you know, dish, you know, all the ingredients for this dish that you asked me already for months to like make for you. But don't worry. I think I could actually freeze some of it. So I will have something, you know, next week. Don't worry about it. It's like, no. You know, if it is like disappointing because, you know, you did the work, you created a space, all they have to do is show up, and then can't even show up, and you feel away, say it. You say, you know what, this fucked up. Okay? It's like, if you rather invest time and energy in looking at helping your neighbor out with fixing her problems instead of actually, you know, showing up to something that I already showed up to, that's okay. You know, I'm not judging you for it. I'm just saying this really makes me feel like I'm the last person on your list. Okay? I'm just keeping it real right now. Because I'm not saying that everybody would feel that way. But if you are in the kitchen cooking and cleaning and doing all the things, they only know about maybe 2% of the 100% it takes for you to make that dinner, to, you know, you will clean the whole house, you'll put the motion, you're thinking about, maybe I use that plate or those things or this thing, and then all they have to do is just show up. They don't even have to bring anything. They don't have to clean the whole house. They don't have to think about all these things that come with it. Maybe I should get it there because that's better. And then last summer I got it from that space, and then it wasn't perfect, so maybe I should actually drive to the other store and get it from there because then it's perfect, and I would love to, you know, let them taste it. It's like all these things are involved. They have no idea. So if you then say, no, don't worry about it, okay, you are sitting with it. Okay, I'm just, it's getting really uncomfortable, but it's just between you and me, so it's fine. You are sitting with it. You cannot let it go. You're going to feel the way about the person not showing up for a reason that is someone else's problem. They can call somebody else, get the key or whatever. You know, you don't even have the key. They don't even have the key, the neighbor. So why do you need to sit there for, you know, someone to show up when they were supposed to show up to your, you know, thing? It's just that you're able to give them that sense of comfort. Like, no, you know what? It's totally fine. I get it. It's stressful. I lost my key once. So totally get you want to be there for your neighbor. We'll do it another time. Don't worry about it. It's okay. Cool. One side of you is like, okay, good, because a little bit of the pressure is gone. But the other side is like, but I just invested all this time and energy, and they don't know about it. They do not know. They only know 2%. It's like shaking it, right? They only know this 2%. And they think that they only dissed me for this 2%, but actually it was like, you know, 98 other percents, you know, that I really, really did for them and thought about, and it took me like this whole week, and like, it's like, you know, and then you cannot let it go, and it sits with you. And you start to feel away on purpose. Okay, so depth to that situation. Transformation. If everything is not fine, say everything is not fine, okay? It's not fine. It's not. So, and that's where the real change happens, when you just speak it out. It's like literally, it's just keeping it real, getting it out. Why do you need to sit with it if the other person is afflicting these confusions thing on you? I would love to see it, because your cards, the reading is saying, listen, Aquarius, it's okay. Just be this. Just do it. Just do it, because you need this in order to set these new boundaries. Because otherwise you get this. And this is you afflicting all this hurt and all this thing and overthinking it for another week. And it's like, oh, it's too much. No. You don't deserve to sit with that. They need to know. Let them sit with it. And if then they still consciously make the decision of not understanding you, that's none of your problem. It's just you need to accept that your worth of expressing yourself, okay? And that will open multiple doors, because the universe will keep on having people not showing up to your dinner that you invest time into, not showing up when they promised they were supposed to babysit, all of these things. It will happen and happen and over and over and over again, and all these feelings within you are starting to build, and it affects everything. But once you do this once, just say, you know what? No, it's not fine. I'm not fine with this. Okay? Just so you know, this is really fucked up. Okay? I'm not saying that you are a fucked up person, or I'm sorry for swearing. I'm just saying, Aquarius guys, you do swear. I'm just saying. when you really mean it, you're gonna swear, okay? Maybe some of you not, but most of you yes. It's like, you know what? I do feel the way. Because, I've been in the kitchen all day. I've been cooking. I've been running around the whole town. I really did make this and do this for you. You actually asked me, last week to set this day, to do this evening. And now you don't want to show up. I mean, if you want to show up 30 minutes later, totally fine with me. I'm not that type of person. But if you just don't want to show up at all because it's inconvenient, because then you have to take a different type of bus, and that bus takes a little bit, a different direction that you don't like to go, and so you decide that is too much work for you. Well, I've been already doing the work and showing up. Even, a lot of thinking goes into this, okay? Because I have to get all these ingredients and everything. It's not even about the money. I don't care about the money. It's about the effort I'm putting in, and then you only have to do this, and you can't even do that. Okay, so just so you know, this is how I feel about it. I'm not saying, I'm not putting, any names or whatever on you. I'm just saying, just so you know, I don't think this is cool. This is not sitting very well with me, just so you understand. And this is the reason why. But I'm not mad at you. I just want you to sit with that, because I don't need to sit with that anymore, because I promised myself I wouldn't do that shit anymore. Okay? Okay, we're getting a little savage right now, but I'm just saying, it's so many people just love to just go tippy-toeing into trying you, and then when they get away with it and you like, you know what, no, it's not worth it. If I confront them, already know the type of person they are. So, and I don't even need that drama. They will never give me even the recognition of it anyway. So I'll just sit with it. I'll just work through his emotions, and I'll just hope and pray it doesn't happen again, because, I can't take a lot of this anymore. But for this time, I think it's going to cost me more energy to confront them than to just keep it to me and work through this energy myself, sit with it for a couple of days, and then it's going to be okay. So I'd rather choose that, and you always choose that until it just becomes ridiculous. Okay? And that's the thing. Aquarius, you guys are the same thing as Cancers, okay? We are really similar in that. We do not bark. We don't bark, okay? We do not bark. We really don't. We're just tranquilo and really relaxed and we're cool. But when someone continues to bark, we don't bark, we bite. Okay? We bite. Real quick. They never saw it coming. They never heard a bark. They didn't even see any movement of a buck. We bite. And really hard. And then you're the bad guy because you're the dog that, bite. and then they're the bitten one, and no. It's just let them know instantly. They bark, bark, boom, done. It's like, no. Do you understand what I'm trying to say here? Because the thing is that once you're taking a barking and a barking and a barking and a barking and a barking, and you bite really hard, and you don't let go. You like clench your jaws. You know, you are the bad guy, not only in their eyes, but in your own, because you didn't want it to go there. So just express yourself. Okay, let it out. Just let it out. Even if they don't have any patience for it, even if they don't have any understanding for it, even if they're trying to come again at you, it doesn't matter. It's you're doing it for you. It's your need. You need to let it out, because it's eating you up, and it's making you play the games, and it's blocking your blessings, and it's blocking your inner peace, and it's blocking the quality of your sleep, and therefore the quality of your work, and the goals and the dreams that you're setting for yourself. And it just goes on and on and on and on and on. All right? Let the people that are never meant to be on this new, road and journey with you, let them fall off, because they have their own things to learn, but they can't learn it with you anymore, or they can only learn it when you are moving forward and they see you riding off into the sunset. I'm like, I am over it. And the thing is, once you start to do those things, like I said, you're attracting really, really beautiful people. They just sense you. You don't need to even tell them to show up. If they would, cancel, they would actually show up the next day on your door with the food, or they will invite you over. And it's like, it's just an equal give and take. And it's not even about, I'm just saying, like, of course, sometimes someone cannot, show up to your dinner. Like, I understand that, Aquarius, it's like, sometimes stuff happens, and then you don't have to go overboard or tell them to fuck up or something, no, but it's like, it's always with those people where you already kind of knew it's going to happen, because they do it over and over and over and over and over. And that's what I was trying to sketch. It's just that part of everything you invest and they don't know about, because it seems like it just comes so easy to you, right? You make it look so easy. Just expressing yourself instead of sitting with that yourself. And you won't waste as much energy on it. So if you make them aware and then they still choose to treat you in the same way, then it's time to let go. Okay? And then at least you have your answer. Like I said, at least you have the vision through those new glasses. Look at that, 8 of Pentacles. You've been minding your own business, literally. You'll be doing your own thing, focused, feeling inspired, motivated. And it's just every little time of the day that you get a chance to like focus on this thing, you're focusing on it, and it's beautiful. So this is definitely a way to focus and do it. It's like you doing something for you. You looking at like, hey, what's my needs? Oh, I really enjoy this doing. This really relaxes me. This makes me feel good. I'm going to imply this. And you know what? I'm really super excited to like create this thing. So yeah. What is it? I need to stop this reading because I've been on... One sec. I've been with this reading. Look at that. I told you that healing energy is coming in. A balanced, harmonious energy. Beautiful. With the 6 of Pentacles as well. Because I didn't want to make these readings too long, but I knew I just had to do it. Okay? Yep. I knew it. Because I knew it was going to be one of those readings. And some of you might not even be here anymore, and that's totally fine because I'm getting it out for the people who need to get it out. Release judgment about yourself and others and focus on the love and light that is within everyone. Okay? But this is first, that energy, that compassion. That's releasing self-judgment. It's through that portal of compassion, having compassion for yourself. Okay? That's not making up reasons and excuses why it's acceptable to not be absolutely perfect. Okay, because that's different, because that's still from a place of self-judgment and then sort of, just flowing through those rivers. It's like release judgment about yourself and focus on the love and light that is within you. Okay, I'm changing it a little bit. the love and the light that is within you. It's within you. It's there for you, and it's there for other people. You have the same love and light within you for you as for other people. You know, but it's hard sometimes, but it's like releasing the judgment, releasing the voice that said, but I already should have been there, so why should I start now? I tried that before, it didn't work, so why should I try it again? It's like, it's not for me. I'm just not so good at that. I'm scared for this. No, it's releasing that feeling. It's like, hey, I'm feeling guided to try this out, so I'm gonna try it out. I'm gonna have some fun with it. Will I have fun with it every single day? Probably not, because some days I might actually be really hard on myself, and those are days where I'm just not even gonna look at this project because it's not the right energy. You have focused intention. So I want you to not get distracted. Don't let out things, outside sources distract you. And also detect the distraction. What is distracting you? What is distracting you? Keep your unwavering thoughts, your feelings and actions focused on your target, and you will make your mark. You are going to make your mark. Just focus, focus, focus. Okay? Focus, focus, focus. And it doesn't mean it's like, hey, be a workaholic and overwork and just, put all your feelings and stuff aside. No, it's when you focus. It's also understanding, like, hey, what shows up? I need to, focus on that. I need to, look into this. Okay, this is my need now. I need a day off. I'm going to take a day off. You know what? I feel really strongly to go and visit some waters. Like, I'm going to the beach. I'm going to the ocean. I'm going to sit there for an hour. I will take my journal. It's like, focus on this journey with you. And it's this healing, like I said, it's a very individual moment of you and your inner world. And that's where your focus should lay. That goes up and down and this and that. It's not only reaching your goal at work or reaching your goal with this project. It's not that. It's not neglecting all other sides in order to call yourself, I'm super focused and motivated right now. It's like, no, you're motivated to really set this new foundation with your inner world. So the outer world, can actually respond to that space. Okay. It's a lot. I know. I hope that there was someone who listened to this reading where, it clicked and that it was helpful, because that's why, I really wanted to do the reading in the way that I did today. It looks really good and I'm happy. I'm really happy for you guys because we need this. I might have some people come to me. I don't know what happened to my Aquarius. All of a sudden, they tell me this, they tell me that. I've never heard anything coming out of their mouths like that before. Be like, yeah, it's time. It's the Ace of Aquarius is arising. Okay, now. All right, I love you so much, and I'll be back soon. Bye, Aquarius. Bye.